Hi, my name is Sarah Alderson, and I'm the author of Hunting Lila and Fated and Losing Lila, and the soon-to-be released The Sound, which I'm very excited about. But anyway, I am going to read to you from a short story, not that short story, which if you follow me on Twitter, you'll have heard about, which is a little X-rated story I've written between Lila and Alex, which may or may not be coming to Amazon soon. But until then, I'm going to read from the short story, which is actually found in the back of Losing Lila. And it's something I wrote from Alex's point of view. And it's called The Moment. The last time I saw her was in Washington 3 years ago, just over. There's a memory I have from back then that I can't seem to shake. It's of the three of us, Jack, Lila, and me. We're playing basketball in my backyard. I think someone took a photo. Maybe that's why I remember it so clearly. None of us were saying very much. We were playing hard and fast, sweating despite the cold. In the car on the way to mine, Jack had had a fight with his dad. He was mad, kept slamming the ball against the hoop like he was trying to knock it clean off the wall, not shoot the ball through it. Lila was trying not to cry, and I was trying to intercept Jack's passes before someone or the hoop got hurt. The buzzer sounds, and I cross the hallway to let Jack in. I know it's him, because he always holds the finger on it for as long as it takes me to get there. "What's up?" he says through the intercom. "Do you have company?" "No," I answer dryly. "I just hang out all day counting down the seconds until I see you again, Jack." I buzz him up, and while I wait for him to take the elevator to my apartment, I walk the few steps back down the hallway and into my kitchen to turn on the espresso machine. Today is going to be a long day. Jack is grim-faced and scowling when I open the door to let him in. He kicks past me into the hallway. "God damn, my sister," he says by way of greeting. I follow him silently as he heads to the kitchen and watch as he starts raiding the fridge, tossing aside half a cantaloupe and shaking a jar of salad dressing as though it might contain something more helpful to him in his current mindset than just olive oil and vinegar. "Dude, you live like a monk," he mutters to the empty shelves. I pour most of the milk carton into one mug and pile in some sugar. Jack takes his coffee milkshake style, top it with a shot of steaming espresso and hand it to him without a word. He takes it, also without a word, and starts drinking, his eyes darting to the window, still narrowed in a scowl. "My dad's going to freak out," he says. I interrupt him before he can get going what I know will be a lengthy tirade. "I need to take a shower," I say, draining my coffee in one bitter swallow. "I just got back from a run." I leave him with his head back in the fridge, muttering angrily at the cantaloupe about how it's got more sense than Lila. Jack should have warning signs written on him for when he's in a mood like this. People would know to give him a very wide berth, and time, lots of it, to chill out. The shower is good. It unknots the muscles in my shoulders and legs and helps clear my mind, which ever since Jack called me has been trying to process the fact that Lila's coming back. Jack's raging mad, but his anger stems from worry about Lila being here in California and the risk that poses. I don't think he's thought about why she's coming, or processed the fact that something must have happened in London to make her drop everything and book a flight to LA with no warning whatsoever. As I towel off, I analyse it some more. Jack got the temper and Lila got the impulsiveness in the Loveday family, and I've often sent silent thanks to the powers that be for their wisdom in not genetically gifting Jack with both temper and impulsiveness, because he'd be doing time by now if they had. But Lila's never done anything like this before. There must be something behind it. I wonder whether she'll trust me as much as she used to, and will be able to tell me what she's running from, and whether I'll still be able to read her. Used to be that Lila was as transparent as a windshield. I pause, reminding myself not to second-guess her actions. And it could be something trivial. Maybe she broke up with her boyfriend. She doesn't have a boyfriend, at least not that I know of. It could be school, but she's smart, she's doing okay. I shake my head. Who am I kidding? She's not okay. I can tell it from her emails. She doesn't say it in so many words, but it's there, in the gaps between them, in the way she avoids answering the more probing questions I throw at her. Dropping the towel, I pull on a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, check there's a full chamber in my gown, and then push it down the back of my jeans, careful to pull my t-shirt over it. Everyone in this apartment building thinks I work as a personal trainer for wealthy, bored housewives. If my neighbours saw the firepower I carry to go jogging, they'd wonder at my personal training technique. I stand and stare at myself hard in the mirror, running a hand over my head and the buzz cut I had 2 days ago. What will Lila see? Will she even recognise me and Jack? We're not the same people she left behind. 3 years have passed since we saw each other. 2 spent in Marine Special Ops training and 1 spent working for the unit hunting down her mother's killers. When I look in the mirror these days, I'm not even sure I recognise myself. It's not the muscle Jack and I have both built up in training or the scars. Not even the tattoos on our arms mark us out has changed. It's something more than that, beyond the physical. We're always on guard, always on the lookout, always wary, careful, suspicious. We've had to master secrets and deceit while learning at the same time to decipher other people's lies and secrets. We become adept at closing out the ones we love, and even those we might love, at blanking our emotions so there's no chink of vulnerability left visible. We hide our true selves so well that sometimes I worry I'll never find the real me again. I keep staring unflinchingly at my reflection. This is not a life that Lila needs to know about. When Jack and I are done, when we've caught the man who killed her mother, then we'll tell her. Some of it, at least. Not all. Truth doesn't have smooth, soft, round edges. It has razor-sharp ones. Holding that truth will only hurt her. Ta-da! Yeah, that goes up to the point where Lila falls down the stairs at the start of hunting Lila and into Alex's arms. And so begins an epic romance. Anyway, yes, run out and buy the book. And thank you. Thanks for listening.